going on, Jerome? So Minnesota Vikings general manager Kwesi adofo-mensah, his drafting, I mean, he is open to criticism. You know, the trade ups, trade downs, the 2022 draft writ large, right? But he is improving. You know, got Addison last year, 2 years ago, and then last year, of course, making the big time moves, securing your quarterback of the future, JJ McCarthy, as well as Diamond Dallas Turner. Now, both of them didn't contribute a ton as rookies. McCarthy with a knee injury, and Turner behind Pro Bowl starters Andrew Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grenard. So it's really more a class about the future as opposed to right meow, right? And long story longer, Gennaro Felice ranked the NFL rookie grades, ranking each 2024 draft class from 1 to 32, which it's really important to do that now because, as you know, every draft class is only for 1 year, and then dust in the wind, because anything that the rookies do after their first season doesn't matter. Right. Yeah, but the Vikings clock in at 31. They got a D, not even double D, just single D. Ridiculous. But Vikings, McCarthy, Turner, Kyrie Jackson, rest in power. Then Walter Rouse, Will Rockard, Michael Juergens, Levi Drake Rodriguez, notable free agent signees. They got Bo Richter on there. Also put Gabriel Murphy. Also put Nudie McLaughlin in there. Also put Taki Taumi in there. But I digress. But I understand. So you got your quarterback, especially as some of the other rookie quarterbacks did well. You know, McCarthy out with that knee, sure. And Turner still got 3.5 sacks. Turner got 3 sacks, and Jared Verse only got 4.5. Not saying, I'm just saying. But this is what I wrote. Yet another reason why Kevin O'Connell won Coach of the Year, he guided the Vikings to 14 wins despite receiving minimal returns from the rookie class. I actually think that's a good thing. You know, like, if your roster is so bad that rookies can come in and play significant snaps right away, that's usually a bad sign, right? And you look at the Vikings roster, I mean, even McCarthy was fully healthy. Was he ever going to beat out Darnold? It's possible. Diamond Dallas Turner behind Grenard, AVG, and Patrick Jones II having a career year. No big deal. Kyrie Jackson, rest in power. You got Walter Rouse. Who's he going to replace? Darrisaw or O'Neal? Is that what's going to happen? Will Rockard was that dude, and even after he got injured. Juergens, I mean, Juergens could replace one of the guards. I don't know. LDR in that mix a little bit, but also Jalen Redmond stepping up. Miso Sai, I was told that 6th and 7th round picks were supposed to play all 17 games and play 1,000 snaps apiece. If the Vikings were down so bad that Juergens and Rouse and Levi Drake were all starters, I think that the Vikings would have won 4 games. And that's nothing against them. That's just the reality of things, right? And just because your rookies play significant snaps doesn't mean that you have a good roster. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Misses first 2 round picks were beset by injury. JJ McCarthy and inefficacy. Nailed it. Turner had growing pains overshadowed by 3 sacks and a pick. Tragically, the Vikings' 3rd selection, 4th round cornerback Kyrie Jackson died in a car accident just a few months after joining the team. 6th round kicker Will Rockard easily provided the most significant contributions, but a quadriceps strain abruptly upended his red-hot start and sent him to the sideline for 4 games. Down the stretch, he wasn't as reliable. So, yeah, that's how we got a D. The only one worse was the Browns with a D-. They didn't have a first-round pick, although I don't know. I will take Zach Zinter, former protector of J.J. McCarthy, and that wasn't a good draft class, but it's okay. We already submitted this to Freezing Cold Takes. Like, we want them to know, it's like, oh, hey, if and when J.J. McCarthy becomes that pipe-hitting nail driver, and if and when the Vikings get more fatties along the offensive line, and he becomes a Tier 1 quarterback, a franchise guy, let's revisit this list, huh? Let's do that. And when Diamond Dallas Turner gets in the rotation more, takes over as a starter, adds size, which was he always had to add size to be a 3-down edge rusher in the game. But hey, after he gets some seasoning, and after 3 years go by, and then he'll be the same age as Latu and Jared Verse, and then he's the next Brian Burns. And now let's revisit this list, huh? I think the Vikings easily could go from 6 to midnight in this spot, going from 31 to, if not 1, at least top 3, and not 3. But it's okay, because it's very important to grade draft classes after 1 year, because things happen. Oh, boy, the Bills. Oh, Keon Coleman and all that stuff. Who's won? I bet you whoever is that one did not have a good season. I lied. Well, hold on. So the commies, basically everyone else on this list outside of Jaden Daniels was just like whatever. McCaffrey had a couple of plays. Sinnott has a future. Saintstroll I like a lot. Jazar Newton. This is what happens when you get 3 second-round picks. Congratulations. Yeah. The Rams, of course. Hey, because Jared Verse and Braden Fisk basically were unopposed because the Rams roster was gutted. Congratulations. Good job there. Also, Bo Limmer. Yeah, got in that mix. Then Chargers, Joe Alt, Lad McConkey. That's pretty damn good. Yeah. Tariq Still at corner. It's pretty damn solid. Raiders of Bowers and JPJ. JPJ had some growing pains, except I think that he's going to be a stud, man. He's going to be an absolute stud. The Buccaneers, Barton McMillan was that nice wide receiver 3. So I don't know. Like, we're really celebrating all these. All right, so Neighbors, Newman, absolute studs. Tyrone Tracy looks like that dude. Theo Johnson looks like he could be going forward. So I don't know, like Joe Shane's save his job here. Probably not. Yeah, but either way. The Eagles. The Eagles at 7. I feel like that should certainly be higher because Mitchell and DeJean were absolute studs. Jalen Hunt probably is going to replace Sweat if he leaves the free agency. And then Trotter's got a future too. So I don't know. I feel like this certainly should be higher than 7. But it's all right. It's just the national media jabroni haircuts, hating on the Vikings, putting the thumb down on the scale. But also, this should be motivation. And just because the Lions at 28, please, and just because the rookies didn't contribute immediately, with McCarthy and Turner, doesn't mean that the future isn't bright. That doesn't mean that Rouse and Juergens can't compete for some of the starting jobs down the line. That doesn't mean that LDR can't become a key contributor along the defensive line. Doesn't mean that Will Rackard won't become an all-pro kicker now that an all-pro spot is open, if you know what I mean. And also with the UDFAs, besides Richter and Nudie and Taki and Gabe Murphy, future's bright with this class. I love where this class is going to be. Let's revisit this list in 2 years. Let's see it then. Let's see if the Vikings are second from last or they're numero uno. Even taking over the commies. That's what we're going to do. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. NFL.com hates on the Vikings 2024 draft class, calling them the worst class in the league. Please, just give it time. Tranquillo. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull, production value.